Let's now shift focus to the latest on the Russia-Ukraine war. Ukraine is facing a nightmare in Kharkiv following the attack on a shopping mall and events complex. Meanwhile, Russia has said Ukraine had launched one of the biggest drone attacks against it since the war started. Our next report getting you the latest from the war zone. We also tell you why a big question is being asked. Will Moscow change its nuclear doctrine? Take a look.
This is what Ukraine's northeastern city of Kharkiv looked like after missiles struck a shopping mall and events complex on Sunday. Rescue workers and volunteers were seen carrying the injured civilians to ambulances. Shattered glass and debris were strewn across the ground, and people fled to a metro station for safety. In his nightly address, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky said that nearly 50 people had been injured in the Russian attack. Earlier in the day, Russia said Kyiv had launched one of the biggest drone attacks against it since the war began, targeting power plants and an oil refinery. According to the Russian Defense Ministry, 158 Ukrainian unmanned aerial vehicles were destroyed and intercepted by on-duty air defense overnight in 15 regions, including over the capital. Also on Sunday, Regional Governor Vyacheslav Gladkov said that Ukrainian forces shelled Russia's southern Belgorod region, injuring 11 people. On Monday was the first day back at school for many children in Ukraine. Loud explosions rocked the capital, Kyiv, as a barrage of missiles sparked fires and damaged homes and infrastructure. Air defense missiles blasted off skyward to intercept targets. The Air Force said it had destroyed 22 out of 35 missiles and 20 out of 23 attack drones. The first day of school holds a lot of significance, with parents buying large bouquets of flowers for their young children to mark the occasion. But the day did not go as planned. The Kharkiv attack has prompted Zelensky to renew calls on allies to allow Kyiv to fire Western-supplied missiles deeper into enemy territory and reduce the military threat posed by Russia. Kyiv's allies are wary of how Russian President Vladimir Putin would respond if their weapons were used against targets far inside Russian territory. Meanwhile, Deputy Foreign Minister Sergei Ryabkov has said Moscow would change its nuclear doctrine in response to the West's actions over the conflict, without specifying what the changes would entail. Russia's existing nuclear doctrine was set out in a decree by President Vladimir Putin in 2020. It says it may use nuclear weapons in the event of a nuclear attack by an enemy or a conventional attack that threatens the existence of the state. In eastern Ukraine, Russian forces have continued to advance towards Pokrovsk, which is a vital military hub and transport link to towns and cities further north. Ukrainian officials have said at least 3 people were killed and 9 wounded in Russian shelling of Kharkiv, which is a town around 35 kilometers south of Pokrovsk. In fact, according to Ukraine's army chief, the situation around Russia's main line of attack in eastern Ukraine is difficult. The stakes are high as they could ever be. Which way will things go? With the war dragging on since 2022, what lies ahead?
To stay up to speed with the latest news, download the WION app and subscribe to our YouTube channel.